Today on Bluesland, we have the honor of having Kevin Burt here. He's appearing at the Lynden Music Festival, and you can get information at lyndenmusicfestival.com. Kevin, I saw you last night. You were wonderful.
Man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
You had the crowd.
You know, the festival's, it's a unique beast. There's so much music from so many different cultures, so many different styles, that it's unlike what I'm used to being a part of. You know, as a blues musician, you get invited to blues festivals, sometimes folk festivals. This is just a music festival, and it is a celebration of music like I've never experienced. It's wonderfully strange.
We're talking to Kevin Burt, who's appearing at the Lynden Music Festival, and he's playing several times. He's already played a couple times. He's the winner of the International Blues Challenge in Memphis, Tennessee for the Blues Foundation. What a wonderful award.
It's opened doors that I didn't know existed. It's fantastic. It's been it's created some beautiful experiences, and the wave that it created hasn't died yet, and that's a good feeling.
Well, as a winner of the International Blues Challenge, you had to compete against about 260 to 270 worldwide blues bands from everywhere, and you came out on top on solo duo. When I saw the video of you playing at the auditorium, you had the audience. I mean, they loved you on stage, didn't they? Because of your voice. You have a beautiful voice.
Man, thank you. I say it's cool and weird. It's nothing that I haven't been doing for the last 26 years, but it's nice to get affirmed, I guess, that it is unique.
Well, you can go to blues.org for more information about Kevin, and you can also see the YouTubes. We also saw you on the Blues Cruise.
Yeah.
You played all day and all night. Every time you played, you had a standing room audience, didn't you?
Again, you know, it's a good feeling. It's nice to be discovered by those souls that are out there that are fans of the music, but they've heard of you, but they haven't heard you, and it's good. That's part of what's opening those doors. Is there's a lot of people now that have heard of me, not as many that have heard me.
You have a great album.
Heartland and Soul.
And what label is it on?
It's on the Little Village Foundation. It's a nonprofit label that's out of San Francisco, and Jim Pugh is the director, and they've been amazing. That my album got nominated for Best Recording by an Emerging Artist in Blues this past year's Blues Music Awards. I didn't win. My good friend Amanda Fish did win, and I'm so happy for her, and well deserved. And I'm just looking forward to again being a part of the top 5 out of 3,000 entries that have come in. You know, they come in for the Blues Music Awards. I couldn't be happier. It's a win in my book.
Kevin Burt here on Bluesland. We're talking about his music, about his label, about your great album. We're also talking about last night's appearance in Lynden at the Lynden Music Festival. You made a good point. You're not in a box. You're unique. You're very special in your own way. You play your own music because you're from Iowa.
Yeah.
You're not from Mississippi. You're not from Chicago. You're not from the West Coast. And we hear that in you, but when you take a song, a popular rock and roll song, a soul song, you make it your own. Do you hear this in your head all the time? Does it change the song?
It's one of those things where in blues, the one thing that I've, as an observer and a fan of the music, there are a lot of artists that have done the same songs. You can go from Charlie Patton's song "Sweet Black Angel" to "Sweet Little Angel" by B.B. King to I Got an Angel. Everybody changes it a little bit for their own purpose, but it's essentially the same song. But everybody's story comes out of them just a little bit different. And you can take the original "Sweet Home Chicago" as done by Robert Johnson, and the way that everybody plays it now, it's completely different. And so for me, that's one of the things that makes blues so accessible. Is it's not about telling the story exactly like the original artist. It's about trying to make the story fit yours, and making that connection. And when you make it personal, that comes across. When I'm exposing those things in my life that are attached to that song, it allows the audience access to attach themselves to it. And at least that's the way it works in my head. That's the way I think when I'm performing them. And so the songs have already been done right. It's just a matter of how do they apply to my life.
Kevin Burt here on Bluesland talking about his music. Can you play us a tune, Kevin, please?
Yeah.
You have a bunch of great songs on your new album, Heartland and Soul. I just love it. I've already played a couple on Bluesland, and every time I play it, people call in and say, "Who is that?" See, we're getting you out there, Kevin. We're doing our best.
I appreciate that, man.
And Kevin's at the Lynden Music Festival this weekend. You can go to lyndenmusicfestival.com for more information and tickets.
Let's see. Let's do it this route, man. We'll go, oh, no, let me go. Make it easy on myself.
It's amazing that you can do all that: guitar, sing, and play the harmonica. It's amazing.
This song's called Smack Dab in the Middle, and this is how I have to play it when I'm not in the studio. If you hear it on the album, it sounds a little different, just because I got the chance to hang out with Kid Anderson and Jerry Jamot and Derek Martin and John Otis and Jim Pugh. I'm hanging out with musical royalty in that studio, and this song evolved into something a little different, but this is how it goes when it's just me. Smack dab in the middle, baby, and nobody knows what to do with my soul. I'm smack dab in the middle, baby, nobody knows what to do with my soul. I went down to them old crossroads, and the devil sent me straight back home, yeah. I said, Lord, you know I ain't done nobody wrong for most of my life. Lord, you know I ain't done nobody wrong now for most of my life. Lord said, boy, just because you ain't done nobody wrong, that don't mean you done a damn thing right now. Smack dab in the middle, baby, and nobody knows what to do with my soul. Smack dab in the middle, baby, and nobody knows what to do with my soul. I went down to them old crossroads, you know that dear high devil sent me straight back home, yeah. One time, baby, that don't mean I'm ever coming back this way again. Now, I'm smack dab in the middle. Oh, nobody knows what to do with my soul. I'm smack dab in the middle, baby, and nobody knows what to do with my soul. I went down to them old crossroads, you know that
Kevin Burt here live on Bluesland. Now you have a great album, Heartland and Soul, but you did a great thing last night. You had a kid come by, a little kid,
Yeah.
and you had him all fired up doing some children's songs, and you also did a song for your daughter, right?
Oh yeah, I got two daughters. Yeah, so that's my song from the babies. Right?
What's their names?
Delaney and Phoebe, and I call them my babies. They're 16 and 20 now. But I wrote the song for them when they were 18 months and 4, and the emotion, the feeling, only grows, as they do. I mean, the song's called Your Smile. It's featured on the CD, and yeah, they're my daughters and my wife. They're my world.
And what's your wife's name?
Nicole.
Now you sold a lot of CDs last night. People kept coming up and throwing money at you and grabbing those CDs, Heartland and Soul, because it's such a special CD, and they hear your music and they hear your passion. You do put your passion into your music, don't you?
Well, the one thing that I'm a perpetual observer, and one thing that you learn when you look at what it is that you do, it's always the last time that you'll ever do it, unless you get it next time. And so if you don't put it all out there, you've shorted yourself and you've shorted everybody that showed up expecting you to do what you do. There's never a time that my job description changes. My job is to walk into a room and do that thing like I've never done it before, like I might never get a chance to do it again. And if I don't do that, shame on me, because there's a lot of people that have never seen me do it before, and it could be the last time anybody ever sees me do it. I don't know that. I don't get to make that call. And so, yeah, you're not supposed to leave anything to chance on that.
And that's why I think you won the IABC, because you put some passion into it, as all should, because it's your living.
No, it's my world. I mean,
Yeah.
My family is it's the thing that I sacrifice time with to be here, but I do everything that I do in an effort to make a life, an experience for my family. It's not an ego trip for me. A lot of what goes on in this feels remarkably strange. But I tell kids when I work with them, there's a lot of kids that ask, "Hey, are you famous?" And my answer to them is always, "Well, it depends on how you treat me." People treat each other the same or with less regard if they don't think they are anybody. But if you think somebody's famous, you shift to how you treat them, how you act, and that should never be.
Good point.
Yeah, and you should treat everybody with the same level of excitement that you'd treat anybody else if you saw them, with the same level of respect. That should be a constant.
Kevin Burt here live in Bluesland in Bellingham, Washington at KMRE 102.3 FM, also web streaming at kmre.org. But he's playing at the Lynden Music Festival this weekend. You got a workshop today, don't you?
Yes, sir. Workshop is going to be working with musicians of any level. If you come in, I'll share with you some of the things that I know, the best that I can on guitars, if you're a harp player, if you're a vocalist, the things that I know. Again, a lot of the stuff that I do isn't because I've taken classes for it, it's just trial and error. It's a lot of, just making sure that what I'm doing makes sonic sense to me. Yeah, and my event my workshop starts at 4 o'clock there in Lynden, and I believe that I'm at the Arts Center.
The Jansen Arts Center, right?
The Jansen Arts Center.
Yeah. It's over on Front Street in Lynden, right downtown.
Yeah, so I encourage anybody, if you can make it by, like I said, there's going to be a handful of souls that are there, but I'm going to do my best to break things into groups and be able to give as much attention to everybody as I can.
Do you have a website, Kevin?
I do. It's kevinburtmusic.com.
What about Instagram and Facebook?
At Kevin Burt Music.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for both of them.
And are you going to bring some more CDs for tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I have hopefully plenty of CDs. Hope maybe not.
Wouldn't that be good? Heartland and Soul, Kevin Burt's new album, IBC winner, great musician and great man. And we appreciate your time, Kevin, and we look forward to seeing you today.
I appreciate you creating this opportunity for me today, man. Thank you very much.